Welcome back to another episode of the Stupidest Podcast with your hosts Justin Rademacher and the one and only, the guy that always tries to say that he's the host, but he knows that he's the co-host with
Whoa,
Justin
whoa, whoa,
Rademacher.
whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Now, the host. One of the
No,
hosts.
one of, that is correct. One of the hosts. What's
It's
his name?
Justin Vandeventer. What's up, buddy?
Not much. What are you up to?
Oh, not much, man. A lot of podcasting lately.
Well, that's good. You got to get in your podcasts.
Right? Dude, the deep dive it's been a workout more than a podcast lately, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, really?
Oh, man.
Why is that?
Because it's a weekly thing, man. Right now.
Yeah, it's way more often than the bi-weekly that we got going on right now.
Yeah, and I got to do a lot of studying for that, and it feels like I'm doing like book reports more than anything.
Yeah, that could feel a little bit more work than what we do. I mean, we do prepare a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, it's pretty easy to get ready for an episode. So.
Yeah, because we just talk about ourselves. I could talk about
Yeah.
myself all day.
Oh, for sure. I could talk about you all day too. Not usually good things.
Oh,
but,
hey, come on now. So, how you
no,
been,
they're
man?
all good things. Not too bad. Yeah, just obviously now that it's starting to get a little bit warmer, I actually played some disc golf today, which was awesome.
Nice.
Had some pretty good throws, had a lot of missed putts today, which is unfortunate because that's the one thing that I've actually been working on lately and felt really confident in to start, but kind of struggled today. So
I think it was the uneven ground.
well, it was very snowy, and that I think played a role.
Your footing?
My footing, yeah, for sure. My putter got wet, so my just being able to hold the disc properly was a little tough. But those are excuses that shouldn't be there. So I gotta get around that and actually do better.
Nice.
But I'm playing again tomorrow. Got a tournament on Saturday, so
Nice.
yeah, it should be fun.
Where's the tournament?
Tournament's actually up in this area, so it's actually not too far from here. I totally forgot the name of the town, but it's like maybe 45 minutes, hour from here. If you head out west, so not bad.
Nice.
But it's a doubles tournament, so it's actually going to be a lot less pressure filled than an actual like sanctioned tournament.
Okay.
So it's not going to go against our score or for our score if we did well. It's just going to go. It's just out, it's just kind of a fun tournament.
Nice.
So yeah, no, I'm excited though. It should be a lot of fun.
So,
But other than that, just kind of working at the casino and doing my stuff there.
nice. Where'd you play today?
We played at Carlton.
Okay, you did go to Carlton.
Yeah, we played at Carlton, the one that's kind of close by. It's a tough course, but we played doubles there, so we did our best disc, just like we're going to be in the tournament, and we ended up 1 over. So not terrible. We could have gone way better if we had made our putts. We would have been probably 6 or 7 better. But,
Carlton's tight though. That's a tight course.
well, yeah, but we actually threw really well today.
Nice.
And we had really good approach shots, but it was just the putting. Neither of us could make the long putts.
Really?
Yep.
It's not like
So.
you guys.
No, but we'll play again tomorrow. We're gonna play Carlton again tomorrow, and then we're gonna go to the tournament on Saturday. So, and then on my breaks at work on Friday, I'm gonna do some putting. Make sure
Nice.
that I get that in before the tourney. But
I was gonna tell you, have you been when you do putt? Do you have you been trying different stances, like from a knee?
well, yeah, I do that every now and then. But now that I actually have like my form down, like I have my putt down, I have not been doing a whole lot of flexing. Like I've obviously like done the straddle and the regular putt. Sometimes I'll go from the knee, like if you're like in a tree or whatever, I'll do the
Right.
turbo and
Right.
do all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, like I'm just trying to get my consistency down on my regular putt.
Nice.
But yeah, because once you get your stuff down, like once you have your putt down, it's just getting that and focusing on getting that in,
Right.
getting that practice in. But
Mm.
yeah, no, I mean it's been a lot of fun. I did stand up again for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I drug you out
So
there.
yeah, you did. That was awesome. So that went really well. So
Yeah, you had a really good
something
set.
that I needed to get done. It was really nice to get back on stage after having that humbling experience not too long ago.
Right.
So
It was a fun night, man. We had a blast.
yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, we ended up playing some darts and we went and
Met
did
some cool people.
I did a set. Yeah, I've met some really cool people. I did a set, met all the comedians that did the show that night. We ended up going to get some pizza,
Yeah.
which was awesome. And they invited me to do another contest, which is actually tailored towards my style, which is kind of nice. So I'll be doing that April 2nd and 3rd. So actually, by the time this gets out,
It will already have
I'm trying
happened.
to look. Nope, it will
No,
not.
It'll be the following week.
Yep, it'll be the following week. Yep. So I'll have to let you guys know how it goes next episode.
Yeah, and I'll put a post up
Yeah, for sure.
about how you do, because I got a really cool picture of you now that I can put with.
Oh yeah, no, I got a couple more too that I can give you. 2 of them that are just kind of, they're not the greatest. They're great quality, but
Not good of
it's
you.
it's a fun face.
Nice. Nice.
But
so
we
sweet.
maybe post those too.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, just kind of work and hanging out.
Nice.
My grandma wrote a book. That's another thing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, she
Give
wrote
me
a
one.
book called it says Are We Nuts? If you guys want to look that up on Amazon or at Barnes and Noble. It's a children's book about Wally Walnut. It's actually her 3rd book featuring Wally Walnut, but I'm actually in this book, which is kind of cool.
It's called what again?
It's called Are We Nuts?
And your grandma's name is, who's the author?
The author is Jean Campbell.
Nice.
She's my grandma. Yep.
You can find that on Amazon, you said?
Yep, you can find it on Amazon and you can find it at Barnes and Noble.
That's sweet. Go get it.
Yep.
Go get it. It's actually a good book. I read it to Gracie like 20 times this weekend, so.
That's awesome.
She had to point out where Uncle Justin was every time. There he is. There he is.
That's funny. Well, it's funny because I actually have hair in the book and
Yeah.
I don't have a beard.
Yeah, I
So
wanted to
it's from
talk
when
to
I
you.
was a kid.
I was going to say, I want to talk to your grandma. This is,
You just gotta look. You look at a picture of me.
yeah. I don't think his hair ever looked that good.
Well, she talked to the illustrator and was like, "Hey, you know what? Make him look good." You know?
So, well, that's good.
How about you?
man.
What have you been up to?
Not much. A lot of work, plowing snow still. I think we're wrapping that up. Hopefully, this was the last storm this last week.
That'd be nice. I mean, I don't want any more snow. That's for sure. I don't want any more snow or cold. I am done with it. I'm ready for spring.
Me too, man. Me too.
It was a rough winter this winter.
It was long. It seemed like, and God, we seemed like we got a lot of snow this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Like compared to last year, we got way more snow up here at least.
Yeah, we didn't really get any big storms this year, at least down here. But it just seemed like it was an inch here, 2 inches there, like every 3 days. It seemed like
Just
winter,
relentless,
all
yeah.
winter long. I was like, "Geez, break would be nice, you know."
Yeah, that would be a little nice for you, I would imagine. It might actually be nicer if it was like all at once. So then you just worked for a little while and then
Yeah.
you're done for a little bit. And,
Yeah, that would have been great.
But
But no, it was get done, come home, take a nap, and go back out and do it all over again because here comes another wave.
yeah,
But other than that, still bowling. Just finishing up bowling here pretty soon. Getting ready for golf
Okay.
season to come.
nice.
Been getting the itch to throw the discs again, so I threw the discs a little bit this week.
Nice.
Dude,
Did you like play around or like how'd you do, or were you just throwing in the yard or?
yeah, I did field work,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Field work is definitely necessary too.
especially at my level. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
I'm getting
I'm
my
yeah, I'm about to do a lot of field work this spring. I want to get my forehand down because that's the one part of my game that I want to get better at least for this year, because I feel very confident in my backhand. I just need to
I think you
work
should
on that forehand consistency.
I think you should play around at the house, just nothing but forehand.
Could. That's definitely an option.
Yeah, force yourself to just try to shape your shots with your forehand.
Yeah.
It'd be good practice.
Oh, for sure. I want to do the field work first. I want to do probably like
right.
a good couple of hours just throwing, just to kind of see the shapes that I can do with each disc. Just because I literally only throw probably 2 or 3 discs forehand. And so like throwing my other discs forehand would be nice to at least see how it flies in the air, you know, like
You would have liked the tournament this weekend at Waco. Kale LaVisca.
yeah.
He made the finals in the final card.
Nice.
And he threw like 3 forehands, and he's like, man, I think this is the most forehands I've ever thrown in a tournament. And one of the guys literally go, that was only your 3rd throw forehand, Kale. And he goes, I know. It's a lot, isn't it?
I know. Yeah. That's funny. No, forehand is more of an approach for me, and I'll do it like pretty often approach wise, but I don't do it on a drive, and obviously putting. Like, yeah, I need to like work on getting a little bit of distance on it. I think
Right.
that's my goal at least.
Yeah.
But, well, it's good that you got that itch again. I love that you got that itch because I want to play against you.
Yeah. Right. And my drives seem to get. I mean, I'm not getting distance like you guys, but my distance was getting. I could definitely tell an improvement in my distance.
There you go.
As I started, after I learned really starting to activate my core rather than just throwing all arm.
Yeah.
Because I was not.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. Like you want to be able to have a little bit of that hip at least, because if you don't and you're only throwing arm, you're not only going to hurt yourself, you're going to not get the distance, and you're not going to be able to play very long either.
And I think that's why I hurt my arm last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I definitely wasn't using any of my core or hips.
Yeah, you need to use your core and your hips in order to get that swivel, because that's where you're going to get the most power. I actually did it accidentally today. I was playing, hole 14, I think, at Carleton, where it's like a big anizer shot if you throw it backhand or for a righty. And I tripped on my drive, but it forced me to turn my hips more, and so I got a lot of power, and it was actually like the perfect drive. I parked it, but I missed my putt.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know.
So.
But yeah, it was that one that has the bridge, and I got over the bridge on my drive. So amazing drive. Yeah, and then just nothing. Got the par.
Nice.
But I made my second putt. The one that doesn't count.
Player 2 always plays better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, other than that, man, bowling. I've been bowling really good lately.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. That's awesome.
So,
are you like how good? Like, are you doing better than your averages? Like,
the last few years? Way better. Well, my average isn't up better than what it has been in the past because I had such a really, really, really shitty start to the year.
Okay.
Like I was averaging like 170 to start the year.
Oh yeah, you were saying that in the earlier episode. I remember that, but turned it around the second half. That's all that matters, really, right?
Yeah, I think I got all my averages up over 212 now, 215.
Oh wow, that's a huge difference.
Yeah. So, well, I shot 715 tonight.
That's a good night.
Average 240 or something like that, or whatever that turns out to be. So yeah, it was a good night.
That's a very good night.
So yeah, Dad's out in national or heading out to nationals right now as we speak.
Nice. Is that out at is Vegas or Reno?
Vegas this year, Reno's next year.
Vegas. Okay. Nice.
So
That should be fun.
should we get into this?
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, we had a lot going on, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's been a while since we've done one of these episodes.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't it feel like it's been a while?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, sweet. Do you want to get started or should I?
No, you can start. Go ahead.
All right. My first question is, have you ever been bullied or embarrassed in front of a group of people?
Yeah, I think I get bullied all the time.
Why is that?
I think all my friends bully me, but I don't think they like mean it as a bullying, but they definitely, I mean, for those of you who don't know, my nickname is Tina. Like, that's not exactly the nicest name in the world, but I accept it and I enjoy it, and it is what it is, but yeah. I think I get bullied all the time by my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like there's definitely a little bit of a bully aspect to it, but as long as there's love and stuff behind it, or you'd hope, right? Like that's
right. I don't think it's ever mean or anything like that, but
yeah, for sure. But no, I understand what you're saying there.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, mine I actually did from a childhood experience. So I was actually when I was a kid, I was hanging out with my uncle would play baseball. He's 3 years older than me. And he would be playing baseball and I'd hang out with him. I was probably like, I don't even know, maybe 6 years old, and all his friends are like 9, 10 years old, somewhere in there. And so I'd be like hanging out, playing with a ball. My grandpa was the coach and he was out playing baseball and stuff. And I remember his friends would bully me sometimes. And at one point, they actually hung me on a fence by my underwear.
Oh, man.
And that was not the funnest experience.
I bet not.
But, yeah, my grandpa grabbed me from the fence and took me down and put me in the truck and made sure I was okay. But he didn't get there quite in time because I was pretty embarrassed already.
I bet.
But especially as like at that age, like I had no idea what was going on, and all of a sudden I'm in an extraordinary amount of pain, and everybody's laughing at me, and I'm like,
ouch, man, ouch, super wedgy, huh?
Oh yeah, it was a rough one.
Oof.
But
yeah, I've never had anything like that.
Nah, no, I totally forgot about it until I was trying to come up with some questions, and I'm just like, you know what? I should mention that.
Yeah, I never got picked on that hard.
Yeah. And it never happened again. Like, that was one and only. After that happened, they must have gotten a talking to, because it never happened again.
Nice.
So, I don't remember an apology, though, so I might need to talk to my grandpa and be like, hey, by the way, go get all those kids and have them apologize.
Right? I need this closure after 20 years.
No, I don't even care. Like I said, I totally forgot about it until I needed to come up with some content.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think there was a little bit of bullying all the time when we were kids, though. Not like
I feel like it was a little rough compared to what it is now. Well, maybe, I guess, I don't know. I'm not in schools and stuff, but it was definitely rough, like, for a while there in the high school. But not high school, but like the school years.
I'm trying to think back. Like, I don't remember there ever being like any anti-bullying like there is today.
Yeah, like people actually worried and concerned about the bullying aspect of it and cyberbullying and stuff like that. I mean, we didn't have to worry about the cyberbullying at our age, but so that's something that we definitely
like. I remember
that was a positive.
I remember like hazing being a big thing, and like grown-ups are just like, that's just part of life. It's just hazing, you know. I'm like, what?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's kind of the way that situation with me on hanging by my underwear on the fence, like
Right.
that was kind of looked at as a hazing thing. And I'm like, well, it wasn't hazing to me. Like,
Right.
I feel like that was pretty big bully thing.
Yeah. Very emotional event.
Yeah, exactly. But
All right. All
yeah,
right.
that's all I got for that one.
What makes so this is about the GOAT, like the greatest of all time comedian
So we're only talking about Brian Regan at this point, right?
for you.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
what makes Brian Regan your GOAT? What makes him a GOAT in your eyes? And then part 2 of this is what would you be feeling, like what would be going through your mind if you got to hang out with Brian Regan?
Oh man, I have no idea how I would feel. I would be starstruck for sure. I mean, I would love to just pick his brain about comedy, but at the same time, he's probably already talked enough about comedy in his life that I would just want to get to know him a little bit. So like, I'd ask him like these kind of questions, like questions that we ask on the podcast. I would love to get to know him outside of his comedy career. And stuff that I haven't listened to like on podcasts and stuff before. Cause if he's ever been on a podcast, I've most likely heard about it and watched it or listened to it. But, Brian, I think what makes him the GOAT for me is he was actually like one of the first comedians that I was ever introduced to. And he was just amazing. It was Brian Regan Live. It was his CD that I got as a kid. And I listened to that thing on loop. Like I would just listen like constantly to that album. And I had a lot of those jokes just, I could repeat them, recite them for you any time. And I would get it word for word. I'd have the timing down. I'd have it all down. Um, Obviously now I don't, but, cause especially now that he has so many other albums out there as well. But another thing is just that he is basically the comedian's favorite comedian. Like if there's a lot of famous comedians out there, and if you ask who their favorite comedian is or who one of their biggest influences is, they most likely include Brian Regan in there, or he is the GOAT for them as well. He's just hilarious, and yeah, I don't think I could say a bad thing about him. So that's why he's the GOAT for me. And like I said, I don't know how I feel. I mean, I would be full of emotion. Like I would probably cry. Um, I don't know. I would just be full of emotion and want to go see him. It would definitely be the person that I would be probably like the most starstruck over. Um, I would definitely try to play it cool, but I would definitely get starstruck, I think.
Nice. Okay.
How about you? So what makes your GOAT, which it's Richard Pryor.
Right.
So what makes Richard Pryor the GOAT for you? And what would you be feeling if you got to hang out with him, like when he was around?
Well, Richard's obviously is the GOAT, so.
Well, I mean, he's the second. Yes.
No.
Number 2.
No.
2 isn't bad.
Richard was he was a major stepping stone for a lot of, especially black comedians, but his style was definitely unique and a forefront for comedy. And he was one of the first guys that was really ballsy with like entertainment companies. Like he threw away $1 million contracts. That just was unheard of back then.
Yeah, for sure.
Because,
now $1 million contract probably wouldn't be a ton.
Right. But that'd be like, in layman terms, that's like walking away from like $100 million contract now.
Yeah.
He just didn't do that back then, and he did it a couple of times in his career because they didn't want to do comedy the way he wanted to do comedy.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do his comedy the way he does his comedy, and it's that or nothing at all. And to me, that's the way I would want my comedy career to be. Like, I'm the guy that's supposed to be funny here. Why are you telling me what's supposed to be funny? I'm the
Yeah.
comedian here. So I think it's just the way the balls that he had is amazing to me. But he is one of the funniest guys that I think I have ever heard. And to me, that there's nobody better that has introduced comedy the way he's introduced comedy. I just don't think there's anybody out there that, and I think it's just because he's one of the first, and that's why he's the GOAT for me. He's the one that made comedy what comedy is today. I don't think a lot of comedy would be where it's at without Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And if I got to hang out with him, I don't know if I'd be starstruck. I mean, I would a little bit. I'd nerd out a little bit because it is Richard Pryor. But I don't think I'd be starstruck as bad.
Because I disagree with that because you got starstruck when we were in Texas.
Yeah, but that's different. Those are guys like that I actually... Richard, it isn't so much... With Richard, it's not so much that I find him hilarious. He's the GOAT for me because of what he did for comedy. And what he brought to comedy. And what he is in comedy. Where I got starstruck because I thought those guys are hilarious. And I've been following them guys. Like I got a little starstruck with those guys just because that's the comedy I like to do. But I want to be where those guys are.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, with Richard, it'd be more, I'm not saying I wouldn't be starstruck, but I wouldn't be as bad as I probably was down in Texas.
Okay.
Because with Richard, it's just, I would want to pick it, like, it's hard to explain. It's definitely different than what I seen those guys.
Yeah, because I'm definitely a little bit confused as well, because I feel like I would be more starstruck with Richard than I would be when we were down in Texas. Because I wasn't super starstruck. Like I was definitely like, it was cool to see them, but like with Richard Pryor, I would be a little bit more starstruck and be like, oh my gosh, like yikes, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't answer that without being there.
Yeah.
But I know I could. My questions for them would be completely different than what I would be with Richard. Because
if you were to ask them questions compared to Richard questions, like when you saw them.
Yeah, because with Richard, my questions would be more historical.
They wouldn't be directed towards comedy, or would it be like the history of comedy?
It would be more like the history of comedy.
Okay.
Like with Richard, I'd want to know what made you go in this direction with your, like, how did you get the balls to stand up and do this at this time and this time and that time?
Yeah.
Where with those guys, I'd be like, how do you write? Like, what is your, like, how do you come up with your jokes and how do you come up with that? I mean, I would ask Richard those things, but
you wouldn't be as interested because that's
because I don't really care. But Richard was hilarious. Don't get me wrong; like he's still one of the funniest comedians I think I've ever listened to. But for him, the GOAT for him in my eyes is the history more than the comedy.
Yeah,
the things that he did for comedy rather than the things he did in comedy.
Yeah, like when he did it, where he did it, and all that kind of stuff compared to, yeah.
Right. I think what he did for comedy was major stepping stones on what made comedy what it is today and what it could have been. Without him, I don't know where comedy would be.
Okay, fair enough.
So if I got, and my feelings, I definitely would be a little, I mean, I'd just be like, this is really cool that I get the chance to hang out and talk with this guy. But, so yeah, I would be starstruck. I'm not gonna, but I definitely, it would be it'd be really cool to learn the history part of it firsthand.
Yeah.
And learn what was going through his mind while he was doing it.
Yeah, see where he saw comedy going too.
Yeah, like he had $1 million contract that was never heard of with NBC or some or ABC or something like that,
Yeah.
and he walked away from it. Like I would love to talk to him and be like, that is unheard of. You were no,
Hmm.
like that was one of the biggest contracts in network TV ever at that time, and you just said,
Yep.
"Fuck it, you guys won't let me do what I want to do. I'm out of here."
Yep.
So,
Sweet.
and that's what makes it. That's what makes him the GOAT in my eyes. Is
Yeah.
to have the balls to do stuff like that is crazy. So, all right, that's all I got for that one.
Sweet. All right, my next question, I'm taking a little bit of a turn. So have you ever celebrated May Day, which is May 1st? And if so, how did you celebrate?
I've never celebrated it.
Never?
No, I didn't even
No,
know it
I
was a thing
remember.
until this question.
Oh, wow. No, I remember celebrating it as a kid. I'll go through mine then, and then I guess you don't even have one.
No.
So. Yeah, so when I was a little kid, actually, my aunt and uncle, the same uncle that I was talking about in the first question, my aunt and uncle and I would actually build little paper like basket things
Okay.
and put like crackers and snacks and stuff in them, and then go around the neighborhood just giving them to neighbors. Like, I don't know, like apparently that was a thing in Stillwater, like Stillwater, Minnesota, when I was growing up.
Okay.
And like that's literally what we did. We folded paper and put crackers and candies and stuff like that, and just handed it to the neighbors, just
Really?
like a neighborly thing. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know any history to that, or if that is a thing anywhere else, but that's just what my aunt and uncle and I did when we were kids. So
And your neighbors did it as well.
maybe there was other kids that did it, but from what I remember, it was we. I just remember us doing it. I don't remember if the other neighbors did it or not, but
Well, did you ever receive anything back? Or
I never did. No, but I
okay.
didn't live in that neighborhood.
Okay.
Like, so maybe they got some at the house. Maybe we ate candy. I don't remember if it was the candy that we were giving away or if it was candy we got from other people, or maybe it was just my grandma and grandpa wanted us to go around the neighborhood for a while so they'd have alone time. But
so I guess what I'm saying is, like, do you remember anybody else doing it outside of your family, or is it just your family?
no, not that I recall. I literally just remember us three running around, and I think that we got a couple of the neighbor kids to help us out. Um, they were like all our age, so like it was just us walking around the neighborhood, and we would go like to other like not in other neighborhoods because it was a big neighborhood. It was just like we'd go down other streets and stuff like that to give it away. But yeah, we
Okay.
would do a decent amount.
Because I've never heard of this.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it since. Like,
Okay.
and I just remember doing it as a kid.
Hmm.
Maybe a few years. It wasn't like every year. But then after I moved away from Stillwater, I never heard of it again, and I was just again looking for a question, and I remembered this as a kid.
Hmm.
So
It's kind of weird. Kind of
yeah,
different.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I've
but
never heard of anything like I've never even heard of that celebration.
Mayday.
Yeah, Mayday.
Yeah,
So that's cool though. Seems
yeah.
fun.
That's why I thought I'd bring it up. Just kind of a neat little thing. I figured it wasn't a thing. I didn't know though, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I never heard of it or never did anything. I've heard of
Yeah,
like May the 4th.
yeah. May the fourth be with you, and
Yeah, and
Return of the Fifth.
yeah, right.
But
So, all right. What is one of your favorite childhood movies?
childhood movies. The one that is like my go-to for my favorite childhood movies. Um, there's a few of them, but my favorite I think is a Goofy movie.
Ooh.
I remember watching a Goofy movie over and over when I was a kid. If I was sick, it would help me feel better. If I was in a good mood, it kept my good mood up. It just was always a positive movie for me. So
High
that was
Dad
a
Soup.
yeah, High Dad Soup. Yep, such a good movie. The Jungle Book when I was a little bit younger. That was another one that I watched on repeat.
Nice.
Home Alone, I guess I watched on repeat. I was talking to my grandma not too long ago. She said I watched that quite a bit. Space Jam, another one.
Nice.
But yeah, quite a few. How about you?
Well, my answer is actually Willow, but you named off a bunch, so I remember.
Well, you don't have to.
The Goonies.
The Goonies. I just know movies way better than you. So
yeah, right. Keep dreaming. The Goonies for sure was an all-time favorite. I always watched that every time it was on.
Yeah.
And then, but Willow's one that I remember as a childhood. And that's with...
That's a good... I actually watched that with you not too long ago.
Yeah. They're coming out with a series on Disney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a Willow series. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then The Never-Ending Story.
Okay, yep.
That was a big one in my childhood. I watched that probably 1,000 times. What are some other ones?
So that one was truly a never-ending story then, for you.
Yeah. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
I don't really remember much of... What is that? Like, I don't remember much of that one.
That was Dick Van Dyke, and he was an inventor, and they bought this old race car, and he turned it into a magical vehicle that could fly, go underwater, all this, and then this king wanted it real bad, so he chased him down and all that. But it ended up, I don't know, by the looks of it, it was just like one big dream that they had when they were on the beach, on a beach day in the car.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie, to be honest.
Oh, really? It's a good movie.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen it.
I think it's like from the 40s or 50s.
Dang.
Might even be 60s. I don't know. It's an old movie. So.
Might have to watch that someday if I see it on.
It's got to be on Disney Plus. I would think it would be in Disney Plus.
It might be.
Somewhere.
If it is, I'll watch it. I got that. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's one of Dick Van Dyke's best movies. So. All right.
Do you have any other movies?
What else is another one?
We can talk about movies later on, though. That's something that we're going to be bringing up anyways later.
Right. And then, that's got to be about it, I think. I don't know. Yeah. There's so many.
Yeah. We can maybe do a full episode on movies.
Dude,
based on how much you know.
My parents must have raised me with like an old soul because I love Swiss Family Robinsons.
What's that one?
They get shipwrecked on this island, and they build their house they build tree houses, and they lived in the trees and all that, and the kids try to go find help and get lost and almost get taken by pirates and save this girl from pirates, and they come back and they got to fight the pirates off back at their tree house and stuff. It's really good.
Might have to watch that one too.
I can't believe you haven't seen Swiss Family Robinson. I think it was a book.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen either of the movies that you brought up. You have to buy them for me.
So, I know Swiss Family Robinson is on Disney Plus, so you can watch that.
Okay, sweet.
That's that's a really good movie. Family Trap. Dude, I watched all the old Disney movies with my mom.
I was gonna say I'm noticing that as the pattern.
When I was a kid, my mom introduced me to them. So Family Trap with the twins that got remade with
with Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, but the original was like from the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the original one. I've seen the Lindsay Lohan one
that one's
a
really
couple times.
that one's really funny because the dad's like about to get remarried, so they're camping up in the mountains or whatever, and they make the ex mom or the new mom about to be. They told her to clack sticks together. It keeps the mountain lions away. So she's walking through the trail, clack clack, clack clack. And the dad goes, "What are you doing? Keeping the mountain lions away." And he goes, "Yeah, that's not gonna work."
That's awesome.
Sound of Music. Saw that.
Yep.
Footloose, the original
Oh, yeah.
Footloose. That was a good one.
Yep.
God, there was one.
Yeah, you definitely have the old school.
They were good, man. They were really good.
I know, for sure.
The original Dr. Dolittle.
Oh yeah, yep.
The old school Dr. Dolittle.
Oh, before Robin?
Before who?
Before Robin Williams?
Robin Williams never played Dr. Dolittle.
Oh, Dr. Dolittle. I was thinking Miss Doubtfire. I don't know why I was thinking Miss Doubtfire.
The one before Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. There was one from the 60s. Might even, probably even older than the 60s. That one's probably 50s as well, 40s. White guy.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Damn. I didn't even know there was a Dr. Dolittle before Eddie Murphy, I guess.
That one's on HBO Plus, I think.
Interesting.
What's another old one? I think that's about all I can think of right now.
All right.
Oh, the Love Bug, man. Have you ever seen the Love Bug? Herbie?
I don't think I have, actually. I've heard of it. I just don't think I've seen the movie.
Oh, who was in the Love Bug? There's an old comedian that was in the Love Bug. I gotta look this up because it's gonna bug me otherwise. But yeah, the Love Bug's with Herbie. They remade that one with Lindsay Lohan as well.
Well, Lindsay Lohan, she only plays old movies and she remakes them.
Buddy Hackett. Buddy Hackett was in the original.
Oh, okay, nice.
So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, dude, we could do a full episode on movies. You know so much about movies.
Oh, I was addicted. I didn't watch a lot of TV. Like I'd watch movies, but I didn't watch a lot of TV.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I always put in.
I was the opposite. I watched a lot more TV than movies.
I always watched 1 or 2 movies before I go to bed, and then that was it. And well, you do that every day of the week, it adds up.
Oh yeah, 7 to 14 a week.
Right. So, yeah, maybe one of these days we'll do a movie episode.
For sure. Well, I definitely have a guest in mind if we want to talk about movies. So.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe we can get that going soon.
So.
But all right, I'll go on to my next one. So, what is the craziest thing that you've ever been competitive in? If you need examples, I can do mine first.
Well, I got to thinking about this question, and I couldn't, because I'm not competitive. I've never been competitive.
You don't think so?
No.
I think you're competitive.
In what?
Well, you're competitive in bowling.
I know. I could care less.
You're competitive in golf.
With myself.
I guess, yeah.
I
think you're a little competitive. You're definitely not as competitive as a lot of people, but
the only thing I was ever competitive in was baseball.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, like bowling, I could care too less. If all of a sudden you come up to me and be like, dude, I kicked your ass today, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even notice. Congrats, man. Good for you. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm out there to do my best. I'm not saying I'm not going to try my hardest and do my best, but I don't.
And you want to do better than you did last time.
Yep. So I'm more competitive with myself, but I don't really look at anybody else or like if you're telling me like we're going to state and then we're going against this guy, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do my
Yeah, you're
best.
like,
And I'm gonna
cool.
focus on my score. I don't really care,
Yeah,
so I don't really get competitive. But with baseball, I did. When I was
yeah,
pitching, I was always, because it was me against them. And if I didn't do my best, then they got a hit because I was a
yep,
pitcher. So I mean, that was the only way I was competitive against another person, was me against you, and that's it. If I don't do good, then you did good. So
yep,
where if bowling happens, is like if I do bad, then I'm just mad at myself. I guess, I don't know.
yeah,
I just never looked at another person's score or something like that. And same with golf.
yeah.
Like, I don't care if you beat me, you beat me. I don't really care. I wish I had my
Hmm.
dad's competitive. My dad's one of the most competitive guys I know.
Yeah,
He
your dad keeps stats of everything in bowling.
he does that with everything he does, though. He does that with golf. He
Yeah,
does that with. I wish I had that. I probably would have
yeah,
been a better athlete if I had that competitive edge, but I just never had it.
yeah. Except in baseball.
Except in baseball. I worked so hard in baseball. I remember getting up at 4:30 in the mornings and going for runs and going in for early practices with my catcher.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
Well, I'm competitive. I'm the opposite. I'm actually competitive in a lot of things that I do. Almost too competitive sometimes. Um, like when I was a kid, I considered everything a competition. Like, remember playing like paper football?
Yep.
Yeah, I would take that competitively. Like again, I'm actually going to bring up my uncle again. Me and him had a paper football league that we did for a little while. It was
Oh
just him
wow.
and I, but we created different teams and he would play one team, I would play the other team, and we would like see who would win and we'd like push it across the table. You could get touchdowns, you could get field goals, you could do all that kind of stuff. Um, I would get competitive I was competitive in bowling. Now I'm competitive in disc golf. Even just playing board games at home. Like when we didn't have internet when I first moved up here, we didn't have internet for like probably 6, 7 months. And we played a lot of board games.
See,
And we
that
would get so competitive at each one we played
that would be something I'd get competitive in.
in a board game.
A board game or cards or something like that. That's something I can get competitive in.
Yeah, a big one that we get competitive in. We play. Have you ever heard of Nerds?
No.
Yeah, it's like solitaire, but with multiple people, and it's super fast paced
Ooh.
because you share all of the aces. And so, like, if somebody lays an ace down, if you have a two, but somebody else has a two, whoever lays that two down first gets it, and then you have to wait for another like ace of diamonds or whatever to pop up in order to lay your two. Like, it's a
Nice.
very fast paced solitaire, basically, with multiple people.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, but we get really competitive in it. There's so many other games, like basically any board game I get competitive in. I get pretty competitive in video games, but not as competitive as board games. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I just like the competition. I like winning. Like it means nothing. Like if I win, it's great, and I'll have bragging rights. But the next time we play, I won't remember who won the last game. Like even if I won and it was a huge deal to me, like at the time when I won, I'll be like, I don't even remember who won last time.
I'll get competitive in Madden
Okay, I get competitive in Madden too, for sure.
because I hate losing.
Against friends, I'm not competitive. Like if I'm playing against the computer and I happen to lose, like I'll be like, oh shucks, like who
Right.
cares? But but if I'm playing against a friend, I want to win.
Right.
But again, I like if I don't remember the last time when we played, I can't remember who won or what the score was. Like
Um,
I
you,
wouldn't be able to tell you.
mm,
But that's actually one thing that I really enjoy with disc golf is that it's competitive, but it's also competitive with yourself because like with our league and stuff that we have, like we have those bag tags, and it's competitive with them because if you lose your bag tag, well, you could go from I have the number 3 tag because you want to get the lowest tag. I have the number 3 tag, but if I lose, I could be number 50. Like
Nice.
so, you need to play your best if you're playing somebody with a high bag tag number.
So whoever
So.
wins, you guys flip flop bag tags.
Yeah, yep. You flip flop bag tags no matter what you are. Like if you're the number 1 tag playing against the worst tag, you have to give up your number 1 tag.
Dang,
Yep.
that's pretty cool though.
So, well, it makes it really hard because I mean, you need to be at the top of your game whenever you go to league then because you don't want to lose your bag tag, or you want to gain a better bag tag at least.
So what happens if
So,
you don't show up? Like if you're the number 1 tag and you don't show up that week?
well, you're not going to lose it then. But if you're the number 1 tag, you should probably show up because people are going to want to
Right.
do like get that tag from you.
Right.
But
Wonder if there's ever been anybody like, I got it, now I'm not showing up ever.
I'm sure there has. I have not seen it, but I've only been there for 1 year, so
Right. So.
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out when I do it. So.
Nice.
But
You got the
that's
number.
all I got for that.
You got the number 3 tag right now, though, huh?
Well, it was nobody's played yet.
Oh,
Josh picked them up at a thing that they had. They had an event that you could go buy all the tags at, and I was working at the time, so I couldn't go. But you randomly drew a number, and I just happened to get number 3.
oh, okay. I thought you won it. I was
So
like, dang, good
no,
for you, man.
no, I haven't won it. I'm gonna take a picture of it and pretend that I won it, and then
and
then later on in the season, I'll make sure that I don't show the outside, so that way it looks as if I got the 3rd one.
Photoshop the 3 back in there.
Yeah, yep.
What number did you end up with last year?
I didn't have a bag tag last year.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
Nope, I didn't get one because I didn't play very often.
Okay.
Like I was actually working Tuesdays when they had the league, and so I still was able to play sometimes, but I just wasn't playing enough to. I didn't want to win the tag and then not show up for a couple weeks,
Right.
you know.
Do you remember what Josh ended up with?
It's downstairs. I don't remember what number though.
Did he make it pretty
I
high?
think it was I think it was 20 something.
Okay.
Well, it's tough too because like you literally could end low because you could have like been the number 1 tag all year,
Right.
and then the last week of the league you lost to somebody that just happened to have a good round and they were number 50 or something like.
Right.
So
I remember
it's tough.
I remember a couple times Josh would tell me stories about how like some high tag guys lost to some low tag guys.
Yep.
And he's like, dude,
It's
nobody ever saw that happening.
yeah. Well, it's tough because like that person could have just a hot day, and
Right.
then the good golfer had just an off day, and literally one stroke can make the difference. So
Yeah. So, is it my turn?
yep.
Okay. So we're both single, and I don't think we've ever talked about this, but what do you look for in a woman?
I don't think there's anything in particular that I look for. It is nice if like I guess I don't look for anything in particular before the first date. Like when I'm on a date with a girl, I look for like their drive and their passion. I don't really care what they're passionate about. I just want to see that they have passion about something because that means they can maybe have passionate like feelings in our relationship and stuff like that. So it just kind of transfers over to that. Maybe willingness to try new things. I like to try a lot of different fun things. I like to go on new adventures and stuff like that. So that's kind of a neat thing. Obviously somebody I'm attracted to. But that's just to get on the date, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like I don't need the person to like be rich or have fancy things. Like I'm more into it for like the personality, and I want to be able to have a good long conversation with you and be able to bring you around with my friends and make sure that like they like you and my family likes you and stuff like that. So just the compatibility part and being able to build chemistry together and stuff like that. So
Okay.
how about you?
Um,
What do you look for in a woman?
she's got to be trustworthy,
Yep, that's a
open,
good one.
honest, kind, caring. Gotta like kids. Um, I gotta be attracted. There's got to be
Yeah,
some kind of physical attraction there. Otherwise, I'm just not.
yeah, for sure. Well, I
Like,
mean, I feel like that is at least to get into that first date. Like you need to have some sort of attraction, like whether it be physical or emotional or whatever. Like you have to have the attraction because I mean, there's what's the point of going on the date if there's not going to be anything after that, you know?
right. And the problem is me and a buddy from work is like, problem is we're a couple of sixes and we love tens. He goes,
Yeah,
that's the only reason I'm still single. He says, I think it's because I'm a six and I love tens.
yeah,
uh, but no, in all reality, like I just have to be a little bit attracted, and your personality is probably going to make me more attracted to you than anything.
for sure.
So,
No, I'm definitely more attracted to different personalities. Like not, I guess not different personalities. But I'm more attracted to personalities rather than like the physical features. Like I'm definitely willing to like, I don't know, forego the physical features if you
right.
have a good, fun personality and I can be myself around you. Like I would much rather be able to be myself than have to be like, oh yeah, I'm this person. No, I don't know why I would say that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
I don't want to be I don't want to be somebody else just because you're attractive. Like, and that's the only way to keep you around.
yeah, and like I mean, like you could be a very good looking girl, and then there could be a really hot girl, but your personality's 10 times better. You're gonna look hotter to me than that actually hot chick.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, open minded, willing to take chances. What else?
I guess another thing that I would look for in a woman is somebody that can be able to listen to my jokes, even the bad ones, because I'm probably going to be testing them out on you.
You're gonna torture her that much, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just
Somebody
kidding.
that's, yeah, somebody that's able to get through that can get through anything.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that'd be a good question because we've never really even talked about that. I mean,
Hmm.
we're both single guys and we've never talked about that situation. Like,
Yeah.
not that either of us are looking or wanting or anything like that. I don't think we've ever put that out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I'm not really looking. If something happens, it happens, but like
yeah,
I'm not too worried about it. I'm focused on me right now. I'm focused on, well, now I'm focused on comedy again.
good,
I took a little break from that, but now I'm back on that train.
good. I'm glad, man. You needed to.
Yeah, I mean, I am glad too. I mean, this week has been really nice. It's been nice getting back to writing. I haven't even been really writing lately. So, getting back to writing, getting back to getting excited to be on stage and
Yeah,
yeah, also
it's
focusing on disc golf.
it's good to see your confidence back.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that open mic a lot. So if you
good.
guys want to come see some comedy, come up to Duluth. Go to Dublin's Thursday nights.
Yeah,
You might see me there.
I'm gonna try to hit it up once a month with you.
Yeah, for sure. It's a fun little place. So,
So, all right, what's your next one?
what is the most unexpected thing to ever happen to you?
My best friend moved up to Duluth.
Oh yeah, who's that?
My podcast partner.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was like looking for something else and looking for a new place to go. I was in a bad spot at the job that I was in, and I was looking for something else, and I had an opportunity that came up. So I'm like, yep, I'm gonna look at it and see if it's something I like. And I think I made a good decision because I really enjoyed it up here, and
Yeah, it fits you well.
yeah, it's so nice. Like just the atmosphere, the people, the job. I really enjoy working at the casino, which is nice. Um, and it's really good to be back at the casino. I missed that.
Right.
So,
It's not so bad. I
but
mean, to be honest, I think we hang out just as much.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we
maybe
like
not as
have to
much,
drive
but
a little bit more,
right.
but yeah,
We definitely talk. I definitely think we talk more.
yeah, we definitely talk more. We like text and call and stuff like that way more. We obviously do the podcast together, so that's a good 2 hours every 2 weeks and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
guess,
no, it was definitely kind of unexpected for me, but I mean, it was also a good, nice unexpected for me
yeah.
because I've been mentally more healthy being up here. So
Yeah, I think
I do definitely, there are just definitely some downfalls to it. Like I'm further away from a lot of friends and family and stuff, and I miss a lot of people down in that area. Um, and it's tough. Like when I live 2.5 hours away, not a lot of people want to make that trip out. So,
right.
which is tough. But and then I always get the text from a lot of people like, "Hey, like, when are you coming down next?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, you and 5 other people are asking the same thing, so I can't see all 5 of you when I'm down there." So,
Right. Glad I make the
but
top of that priority list then when you do come
yeah,
down.
yeah, I see you quite a bit, and then you come up. Well, I mean, I also like making the effort to come see you because you also make the effort to come see me.
Right.
So it's the back and forth that I really appreciate. So.
I try to come see you as much as I can.
Yeah, for sure. I do the same.
Right.
And then I try to come see other people too. I've been trying to come down, but there's also people that I wish would come up to see a little more often, but
I like
you
coming up
can't
there
force
though.
people. So yeah, for sure. I mean, I love showing people around this area because it's so beautiful. Like I love bringing people to Duluth. I love people seeing Cloquet. I love people seeing our place. Like I really love it up here. So like that's why I want to show it off to people, but not a lot of people, I guess, want to experience it, which is sad for
Yeah.
them. Not me. I don't care. But
So
yeah, no, the most unexpected thing that ever happened to me, well, one of the more recent ones is Lyme's disease. I was not expecting that. That sucked.
that was scary.
But yeah, that's, I guess, one bad part about moving up in this area is I feel like there might be some more ticks. But just because it's like not the cities and stuff like that. And the fact that I'm playing a lot of disc golf like that probably doesn't help the chances of getting Lyme's disease, but definitely going to get some tick spray this year because it's worth it.
Right.
But
I just hope you don't get another flare up.
yeah, for those of you that have not had Lyme's disease or don't really know what it entails, it's not fun. There's you get a lot of like inflammation is basically what it is in your joints and like on your bones and stuff. And so like there's a point where it took me like 5 minutes to get out of bed just to get up to pee in the middle of the night because it hurt so bad to move, and it can cause arthritis, which I guess I have just a slight case of arthritis in my spine now because of it, um, which is not fun. It doesn't affect me right now. Like right now, I'm fine, but I could potentially have a flare up and be down for the count for a little while again. But um, yeah, having that come up unexpectedly was not fun. But wasn't fun for about 2 months, and after that, that's when it started getting better, and I could start doing stuff. But it sucked at for the time wise because like it was still disc golf season, and I really wanted to play, and I couldn't.
Right.
But another unexpected thing that happened to me one time was so I actually was supposed to be somebody's best man in their wedding, and I actually got the best man status revoked from me.
What?
Yep. So I wasn't like doing enough for the wedding, which I didn't think I needed to. Like do some of the stuff that I was asked to do. Um, and so like I got that status revoked because I wasn't doing enough. Like I was getting the speech ready. I was doing like starting to plan the bachelor party and stuff like that. The things that I thought I had to do, right?
Right.
But that wasn't enough. So
What the heck?
yeah.
When did this happen?
This was little while back. It was like before like you talked to me about your stuff. It was probably like 13 or 14, 2013, 2014, somewhere in there.
Oh wow, I didn't know this.
Yeah. So
Maybe I did.
I mean, I don't talk about it very often. I don't know.
Hmm.
But not something I'm proud of. I thought I was doing enough, but I wasn't. So
Somebody's needy. It seems like.
yeah.
So.
But yeah, and then I I feel bad. Like I was supposed to be the best man in that wedding, and I actually ended up not going to that wedding because my aunt, or not my aunt, my cousin was also getting married that day, and so I just went to my cousin's wedding.
Yeah. Fuck them.
So I mean, like I wouldn't say that. Like I still like talk to him every now and then, but it definitely affected the relationship, which is unfortunate. So,
That is.
but
All right. What do you think is your biggest weakness?
um, well, it's not as big of a weakness anymore. It used to be a pretty big weakness in my opinion. Is that I'm a perfectionist and I have pretty bad OCD. All right, I used to have really bad OCD. I still do, but it's not real bad anymore. Um, but sometimes like things just take a little bit longer to do because I want to make sure that I have it done right, and I want to make sure that it's the best that it can be. And if it's not, then I want to either redo it or take the extra time to get it done right.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, that's one of the weaknesses that I've had kind of growing up. But like, I'd say actually since I've moved up here, I've gotten way better at that because I don't need everything to be perfect. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes good enough is good enough.
The worst flare up of your OCD I saw was when we were on our trip.
Really?
Yeah, the time we were on the course and you counted your discs. I remember one time.
Oh, that's not really OCD. That was just, I always didn't want to lose a disc.
No, I hear that, but that one hole you counted it like 6 times.
Did I really?
Yeah, your OCD was really flaring up that day.
Oh, I guess I don't remember.
Yeah,
counting
I don't think
six
I don't
times.
even think you noticed.
Huh.
But you and you were always counting. I'm like, what is going on with your OCD? Like, I knew it was your OCD. I'm like, holy cow, your OCD is really flaring up today.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
you were always checking everything. You had to check through everything. I knew you didn't want to lose a disc, and I understood that. But I was like, dude, you just counted like 3 times. and then you count again, and then you count again, and then you count it again. And I'm like, you just count? Like, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that sounds like me.
That was
I've definitely
that was
done
the
stuff
worst.
like
That was
that.
one of the worst flare ups I think I've ever seen of your OCD.
Yeah. Well, I used to be real bad. I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I was younger and I was playing Madden, when I
Mm-hmm.
played like the franchise mode, I had to have all of my players
Yeah.
the exact stats that I wanted them to have. I needed to make sure that they were wearing what I wanted them to wear. Like it was nuts. Like I was just like, I want all my linemen to have this pair of gloves, or I want all my wide receivers to at least be this amount of speed. And so I would trade for different wide receivers because of their speed. And like it was bad. It
And
took me hours before I would actually play my first game.
yeah.
Like, but
I,
but like I said, I'm way
yeah,
better
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
Your OCD is way better. Like I could tell that it's even better with you living up there than when you lived in your apartment.
Yeah. Well, dude, like if I had as bad of OCD that I like had in the past, I probably wouldn't even do the podcast because I would want everything to be perfect. So,
Right. Yeah.
like, I would say something that I maybe like thought wasn't perfect, and I'd be like, okay, we need to edit
We
this
gotta
out.
edit
We
that
need to
out.
change this. And now I'm just like, keep it. I don't care.
Right.
Let's keep the loon clock. Like,
Yeah. Nice.
but
All right. My biggest weakness, I would say that, at least in the past, was I've been too kind. To where it's gotten
okay,
me to where I've gotten taken advantage of. People know that I won't
yeah,
say no, so they just tell me they ask me if I'll do this or if I can do that, and they know that I'm not gonna say no.
yeah.
So I'll get taken advantage of because of my niceness.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen that in the past. Um, a little bit with you, not like a lot, but I've seen it a couple times where I'm just like, oh, I don't know if he really wants to do that, but I mean, I guess, like, you know what I mean?
right.
So,
So yeah,
but
that's probably my biggest weakness, and it's gotten a lot
yeah,
better. It's gotten a lot better. I used to never ever be able to say no to anybody, especially at a job.
yeah, no, it's definitely gotten better because you're kind of a dick.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
it's kind of what I've been shooting for. I think I'm good.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it's
No,
definitely gotten
I
better.
definitely understand that nice thing. I've definitely called too nice. I remember when we were working at the bowling alley. One of our coworkers said that I was too nice, and I actually like if I wanted to like get a girl or whatever, I had to be more of a dick. And I'm like, I mean, why do I gotta be like? Why can't I just like
Right,
be me and get a girl? And it just didn't work. And
right.
so
I've been told that as
I don't
well.
know. Nah. I don't care. If I got to be a dick, I will. But for the most part, I like being nice. So
Right, I don't want to be, but I can
I
be.
want to find I want to find somebody that likes me for me. I don't want somebody to I don't want somebody that wants the dick tight. Like I don't want that.
Right.
That's not a keeper,
Yeah. So
in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe they're a nice person and they're just have some stuff they're going through or something. I don't know.
right.
But all right, my next question is: what is the cheapest thing that you've ever purchased that gave you the most joy?
Hmm. Probably a deck of cards.
A deck of cards?
Yeah, you can.
There you
Dude,
go.
I've played so many freaking. You could play so many different kind of games with a deck of cards.
Yep, that's a good answer. I like that.
And I mean, heck, you can get them for at the casino. You can get them for like 50 cents a pack. Like
Or I mean, if you work at a casino, I mean, I got quite a few for free.
right.
So.
I know up at like the Northern Lights up in Walker, my parents would go up
Hmm.
there and they'd have like the blackjack. So they give away the decks, the retired decks,
Yep.
for like you can get them for like 25 cents to 50 cents. So we used to get those all the
Oh
time.
wow. Yeah, that's neat.
So
Yeah, I got a few pair like that, like the old retired Black Bear cards
yep,
from the marketing team.
yeah. So that's probably the cheapest, most entertaining.
Yeah.
What about you?
So for mine, when I was a kid, I think it was my second cousin, I think it would be, used to work at the Super 8 hotel in River Falls. And so we would go over there, and all she would charge us, I think it was either 2 cents or 4 cents, and we could go swim for a while. It wasn't like super long. We'd only swim for like an hour or two, and I think she actually let us do it for free, but like we thought we had to pay money for stuff, and so like she only charged us like 4 cents, and my grandma
Nice.
would always give us the 4 cents, so it was free for us.
Yeah.
But it was the most entertainment you could get for 4 cents, like
Right.
anywhere, like. So it was just really fun. It was me and Donovan would go swim in the pool for an hour or two, and then Grandma would bring us home, and maybe she would stop at Dairy Queen or Burger King or something and get us some treats. But
Nice.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Best 4 cents my grandma's ever spent.
Right.
But
Nice. All right. What is some advice that you could give a comedian just starting out?
well, just from my experience, don't worry about bombing. It's gonna happen. Um, just know that you're gonna have a humbling experience, and you're gonna learn from it. It actually took me a while to learn from it. Um, I feel like I didn't really learn from it until after I had a set after the bombing, and
Mm,
the set that I had the last time when we went out, it was a good set, and so once you have a good set, you're gonna learn from your bomb. I thought I had learned from it before I got on stage again, but I just learned that it was either the joke, the way that you delivered it, or there was something that you like could change, and you just have to find out what that was. And I feel like it was a combination for me. So like I feel like I chose the wrong type of jokes. I probably chose the wrong jokes for that crowd. So like I did the clean version of my set, and based on what everybody else was doing, they did the naughty stuff. I should have done my naughty Roddy. Um, and it just I could have maybe had a better flow to it. Could have maybe worked on my delivery on a few things, but yeah, there's just a lot that you can learn from a bomb. So I mean, just go out, bomb, let it happen, and learn from it.
right. Yeah. That'd be my advice as well. Um, you're gonna bomb. Accept that you're gonna bomb, but don't give up.
Yep.
Come back
Yeah,
strong.
I gave up for a little bit, and I regret it.
Yep.
So don't let that regret get to you,
Yep.
because it sucks. Because I didn't write, I didn't get on stage, I didn't know what I was gonna do with my jokes. I enjoyed my jokes. I just didn't know how to do it. And then I finally went out, like you brought me out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try the naughty stuff, and it worked.
Right.
So obviously it's not gonna work every time. There's probably gonna be sets where I do that and it's not the right crowd. So just learn if the most you can before you get on the stage about your audience. Maybe do some test jokes, see if that's an area you can go into, and go from there.
The other thing I could say is write. Always, always keep writing. 24
Yep.
7. You can never not write enough. And there's a fine line in between when you need to give up on a joke and when you need to keep going on a joke.
Yep. Yeah, and you have to learn that difference, even though
It's tough.
yep. Yeah, because there's definitely jokes where I've just thrown away because it's just something that it's either too close to another joke I've heard, or it's just not there. Like there's just nothing really there. Like there was something there that I thought might be, but just didn't turn out to be an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I learned from Brian Regan in one of his interviews one time that when he writes, he'll even go back to his jokes that he feels confident in and that he like feels like is almost perfect. And he says if he's writing and he takes hours to write, and he takes 2 hours and he's only able to make one joke 4% funnier, he considers that a success.
That is success.
So literally all, if he is able to change one word, if he's like, if I change and to but, yeah, like, that's a dumb example, but he would be successful in that. Like, he's like, if I say it this way rather than this way, it's going to be 4% funnier. And that's all I need for this round of writing.
I've told many
So,
jokes that if I change my delivery on the way I deliver it, can make it funnier.
exactly.
It's just trial and error. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yep.
you need to know when to give up on the joke and when not to give up on the joke, but definitely try different things with the joke before you're giving up on it.
Yeah, maybe it's just the timing, like when you're saying the punchline, like maybe it's how you're saying the punchline, maybe it's the punchline itself, like literally you could have a good joke, but then the punchline, literally you just need to add a small little tweak to it and it works, or it doesn't work. Maybe something is in there that it shouldn't be in there. Even if it like throws the pace of the joke off slightly, that's what's causing it. Like if you have an extra syllable in the word, could do it even.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of comedy is almost like music, where there's like a rhythm to it.
Yep.
And like you need to hit that rhythm, and if you have an extra note in there, you're not going to hit that rhythm.
Right.
So
Main thing is just get out there, get on stage.
yep. And find a good like open mic that you feel comfortable in, because I've definitely gone to open mics where I don't feel super comfortable,
Even
whether it be just the atmosphere or like the way that it's ran or something like that. Like it just feels off to you. Maybe just go try a different one. Like
right.
I don't know, I've definitely seen some where I'm really into it, and then I've seen some where I'm, you know what, this one doesn't seem like it's for me, so I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Find that one for you until you get comfortable.
Yep.
Then pretty soon you're not gonna care. An open mic's an open mic.
Yep.
But definitely know what you mean. So
Yeah, and learn the rules of the open mic too. Make sure that you're not
pissing off
going
anybody.
over your time. Make sure you're not, taking time away from other comedians. Make sure you're not like wasting the crowd's time, I guess, with something that like.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. Yep.
So, do you have another question?
No, I got all mine.
So I think we're up to segment time.
Yeah. So we are done with our question hour. Now we're gonna get into our segments. We got a few different segments for you guys. Our first segment is our entertainment. So we talk about the different podcasts we've been listening to, TV shows we've been watching, movies we've been watching, music we've been listening to, stuff like that. So
nice.
How about you? What have you been
So for entertainment,
taking in? Yeah.
I did mostly podcasts. I found a new podcast called The Christian and the Atheist.
Okay.
And it's two girls, and I kind of fell in love with it. It was actually pretty good. It's a really good podcast because I find that I fit in their discussions. I can fit with both of them. So I'm sitting right dab in the middle of a lot of the things they talk about. So it's actually a really good podcast. It's not as Bible thumping or like, I mean, it's nothing like that. It's actually just two friends, just kind of like me and you, talking, and it's actually a really good podcast.
Nice.
And then I've been watching Modern Family.
Okay, yep.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but man, that's a funny ass show, man.
Yeah, I've seen part of it. I have not like sat and watched it all, like The Office or something like that. But it's definitely a show that I've been meaning to watch a little bit
I
more of, but
definitely
I just
think it's
never
right up
have.
your alley
Okay.
because it definitely fits all the TV shows that you like.
Yeah.
So, and then another podcast I've been listening to and want to give a shout out to, like Steve Byrne. He has 2 podcasts out right now. One's Comedy Pinata, and it's really good because what he does is he'll get guests on, not always other comedians, but most of the time it's other comedians, and they'll listen to 3 stand-ups, and then they'll comment on them, break them down, and then rate them at the end. And it's really good. And then his second one he just started with Joe from Impractical Jokers.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah. It's called Two Cool Moms. So it's really cool. They get problems from listeners. They'll email them in problems that they have or questions that they have, and then they solve them.
Nice.
Or give
That's cool.
their opinion or give them some advice.
Yeah.
You know, give them 2 cool moms advice.
Yeah.
It's actually,
or just make them into a bit on stage.
Yeah, right. It's a good little podcast though.
That's cool. No, I guess you talked about it briefly, but I might have to look into that one.
I really think you'd like Comedy Pinata though.
Okay.
It's really cool. He does it right out of Zanies from Nashville. The comedy place.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that's pretty cool.
I like that.
So what about you? What have you been listening to, watching?
Man, I've got a lot actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the most recent thing that I watched, I've watched all of the episodes already. Our Flag Means Death. If you've ever heard of that.
I saw the previews for it. I haven't seen it. Is it pretty good?
Yeah, I love it. It's basically Rain Darby, who's like in Flight of the Conchords and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pirate, and it's his adventures being a pirate, but he's not like your typical pirate.
Okay.
And it's just a funny like take on all the stuff that would happen in the pirate days, because it takes place back like in the pirate days. I don't remember what the exact year is.
Okay.
But yeah, it like just goes back then, and it just follows their crew and how that goes. But it's only like 6 episodes right now. They're in their first season.
Okay.
And after this airs, it should actually have probably 7 or 8 episodes. But yeah, it's really funny so far, and I'm gonna keep watching it. So I've been watching all the new South Park episodes that have been coming out. Those are pretty good. I just got done watching the rest of Vice Principals. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up, or basically caught up, on all of the Righteous Gemstones that you showed me.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Yep. I'm rewatching, I should say, Squid Game. I'm actually literally like watching it as we talk in our podcast right now.
Nice.
I just have it like
playing
a background. I'm actually in the dark in my room right now watching Squid Games and having the light of that and my laptop on my face. Nice. I always watch Bob's Burgers, usually something that I watch before I go to bed. Same with like Superstore, or what's that other one? I can't remember. I watch it quite a bit though.
Futurama?
I watch Futurama for sure.
Oh.
No. Oh, I watched Scrubs a little bit recently. Last Man on Earth. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, otherwise I've been listening to podcasts a little bit. Not as much as you, but I've been listening to some. Bewitched Banter Obviously, we had an episode with them, and maybe another one coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on theirs.
Yeah, we're gonna do it their style. So it's not gonna be your traditional the stupidest podcast. It is gonna be all their style, but we're gonna air it on ours because we're on it. So,
Are we gonna put it on our podcast, or are we gonna
no,
just share it
maybe
on theirs?
we might just share theirs. That's a good idea. So you might
Right.
not hear it on the stupidest podcast, but you can listen to it on the Bewitched Banter.
Right. I mean, we might release it here. I don't know yet. Well, that's still up for further discussion.
Yeah, you'll probably know by the time you listen to this or another episode. We'll figure it out. But this is the stupidest podcast, so we're just gonna go with the flow. Exactly. Obviously, I've been listening to Pete Holmes. You Made It Weird. Mike Birbiglia, working it out. Well, I guess another TV show that I've been watching is there's a couple other ones that I've been watching just a little bit of. What We Do in the Shadows, which is about vampires, which is kind of cool. It's actually based on a movie. Actually, Rain Darby is in that too, but it's basically the Flight of the Conchords guys. Basically a lot of the New Zealand crew that they hang out with.
Nice.
But then they did a spin-off of it and made a TV show with different people. Then I got Smiling Friends. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It is a really kind of a weird show. It's an animated show, and it's like these weird looking creatures that work at this place called the Smiling. I can't even remember. Maybe it's called Smiling Friends, but they work at the Smiling Company, and they have to like make people smile. Like that's their job, is to like make people's day that aren't feeling good. But it is a weird show. So if you like weird things, I'd suggest it. If you don't, might not be for you. I watched all of it. I enjoyed it. It was funny.
Nice.
But another one that I got suggested to me actually from the casino is Life in Pieces. I've only seen probably 2 or 3 episodes of it, but it's pretty good. It follows this family, and it's funny, and they have like 3 different segments of the show, and it like follows them differently, and it's a little out of the ordinary style, but I enjoy it. I mean, I just need to watch it a little bit more, I think, to get used to that, but I could see myself watching it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's all I've got. I definitely have more that I've watched, but that's like the ones that come up.
Nice. Well, sounds like you're into a lot right now.
Oh yeah, well I'm always into a lot. I guess entertainment wise, I'm also we don't have that listed, but I've been playing a lot of the Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
I play that on my breaks every now and then. Play some Mario games, and played a few other games like BioShock and a couple other games. But
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty good for entertainment.
Should we get off for sure.
Marry, fuck, kill?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we name 3 things, and you got to marry one, fuck one, and kill one.
Okay. So, do you want to start this one out?
Yeah, I'll start this one out.
Sweet.
All right. Marry, fuck, kill. Your job, your comedy, and your podcast.
Well, I feel eventually I would like to pursue comedy and the podcast. Whichever one is going to go, I'd like one of those to go and be my job. So I'm gonna kill the job,
okay,
just because that would eventually be killed anyways.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna marry comedy and fuck the podcast, because I know I'm always gonna maybe not, because I feel like we're always gonna do the podcast.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I could just like, if I marry comedy and commit to comedy, like I know like the podcast is always gonna be there. It can just like kind of be like my side piece that I always just kind of like fool around with and like kind of like tease it and be like, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna get married someday. Hey, yeah, we're gonna get married someday." I would never do that in a relationship, ladies. I'm just saying that as a joke.
You were doing so well in the getting to know you for the ladies.
But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna kill the job, marry comedy, fuck the podcast.
And I'm a little slightly different. I'm gonna kill the job, marry the podcast because I feel like I'm already married to the podcast.
Yeah, and see, that's why I'm just gonna fuck the podcast because you're marrying it,
And then
we can't both be married to it. So.
And then I'm gonna fuck the comedy, and I wouldn't even call it like fuck. It's gonna be gentle lovemaking, passionate lovemaking to the comedy.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I would do to the podcast too, because I know it's your wife, and I want to make sure that I make sweet, passionate love to your wife.
Okay. All right. What's your first three?
My first three. This is actually more towards you, I guess, because you are a fan of all of them. I am to a point for the Vikings, but I'm gonna actually add a fourth in there, and you have to kill two of them.
Okay.
So it's gonna be the Vikings, Timberwolves, Wild, and Twins.
So I'm gonna kill the Wild and I'm gonna kill the Timberwolves.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry the Twins and fuck the Vikings.
Okay. Because baseball is your passion, so I can see why you're marrying the Twins. And Vikings, obviously, I feel like out of those three remaining, that's your favorite team.
Well, the Twins are the only ones I know that have and can give me a ring.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's crazy. They're the only ones that have one, huh?
Yeah, and the Vikings just... It's like it's like dating a married person that just does not want to commit. Doesn't want to give you the ring.
Yeah, sorry, podcast.
So what about for you?
I'm gonna marry the Twins as well. I worked for them for so long that I feel like I'll dedicate some more time to them, and I'll marry them. I guess I worked for the Vikings too, but I guess it just wasn't the same. But man, I think I'm gonna have to kill the Vikings because I'm a Rams fan. So I enjoy watching football, but I'm gonna watch the Rams over the Vikings. I'm not much of a hockey guy. I enjoy going to Wild games. They're really fun to go to, but it's not enough for me, so I'm gonna have to kill the Wild. And I really enjoy going to Timberwolves games. They are doing really well this year. I really like their colors. I think they're really cool. And I almost worked for them. I was almost the game guy, I guess, the host between like all the stuff. I auditioned for it. Didn't quite get it. I got a call back, but that was it. So I think I'm gonna fuck the Timberwolves, kill the Vikings, kill the Wild, and marry the Twins.
Nice. All right, my next one is, since the new Spider-Man's out, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, or Tobey Maguire.
Okay, well, I fell in love with the Spider-Man series with Tobey Maguire, so I'm gonna marry Tobey. Oh man, Andrew and Tom. I think I'm going to have to kill Andrew, even though I love him as an actor. I'm gonna kill Andrew just because at the time when like his first movie came out, I feel like he was stealing it away from Tobey, and you can't steal from my wife, you know, my who I'm marrying.
You're gonna hate me.
I guess he'd be my husband. But yeah, so I'm gonna marry Tobey, kill Andrew, and I'm going to fuck Tom.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm gonna marry Tom. I'm gonna fuck Andrew, and I'm killing Toby.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because Tom, I think, is one of the best Spider-Mans ever. Andrew, I thought, played it really well and didn't get the credit that he deserved. And I thought Toby was the worst part of all. And I loved all the Spider-Mans, but I thought he was the worst part about the Spider-Man.
Huh. No, I actually because when that first Spider-Man came out with Tobey, I fell in love not only with the movies, but I also fell in love with the game. And they've had multiple games since then. And that's another thing I should have added in entertainment is I finally beat Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I beat the original Spider-Man for whatever the newest Spider-Man. I got 100% on both of those games recently. So.
Nice. Yeah, I think Toby was. It was. I thought they were great movies, and Toby was the worst part about them.
Well, that is my husband you're talking about, and
he's all yours, so you don't have to worry about me. So, all right, what's your next one?
My next one is coffee, pop, or water.
I'm gonna marry water and fuck pop and kill coffee.
I'm actually doing the same. Because I actually enjoy coffee now. I used to hate it, but now I enjoy it. I do have to have quite a bit of creamer, but I'm gonna marry water because I do enjoy water. I love adding the sugar-free packets to make it a little tastier. But I'll definitely drink water. I'm drinking water right now, actually. So I'll marry water. I will mess Pop up. I'm gonna fuck Pop hardcore. I love
Dirty
it.
Girl.
But
all right.
Yeah, Pop is a dirty girl to me. I love Pop. So
my last one is kind of Harry Potter theme. So
okay.
Hermione, Ron, and Harry.
Man, that's tough. Because I like all three of them. Because Ron is he's so sweet. Harry, I mean, he's like the greatest wizard of all time. So if you marry him, I don't know, nobody's going to mess with you.
Okay.
Oh, I just got rid of all my stuff. I don't know what just happened. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Harry's the greatest wizard of all time. Hermione is she has the sex that I'm sexually attracted to.
You're not answering this question very well.
I'm not. I'm trying to think. I think I'm gonna fuck Hermione.
Okay.
Because if I'm married, I don't necessarily have to have sex.
Okay.
In fact, most marriages don't have sex. Actually, I can't say that as a fact. I've never been married. I think I'm going to marry Harry just because it rhymes.
Okay.
I'm going to have to kill Ron, even though he's a sweet guy. And I'll fuck Hermione.
Okay.
How about you?
Marrying Hermione because she's the only girl on the list. And I'm going to fuck Ron because... Yeah.
Well, I mean, because you, Hermione, and Ron can kind of get a thing going.
I'm gonna give a redhead a chance.
Shit.
And then I'm gonna kill Harry just so I can be the one that killed the Great One.
Oh, I did not think of that.
So
that is a good point.
That's mine.
Nice. Man, that's a good point. I like that idea. I actually did a Harry Potter theme as well because I thought that I didn't have my Marry Fuck Kills ready, and then I heard yours, and then I realized, oh yes, by the way, I have a lot of Marry Fuck Kills ready, and they were just hiding. So I did the Harry Potter theme as well. I did Voldemort, Malfoy, and Snape.
All right. I am going to kill Voldemort.
Okay.
I'm going to marry Snape and fuck Malfoy.
Okay. Okay.
Snape is actually deep down is actually a pretty nice guy.
Yep.
And just going to fuck up Malfoy because he's a little bitch. So,
Jeez.
So I don't know. What about you?
I actually did the same.
Nice.
I'm going to kill Voldemort because obviously you don't want him around. I'm going to marry Snape because he's actually good at heart. And Malfoy is, I don't know, he's just like somebody that you can maybe go have some fun with. And
Okay.
maybe he won't say anything. Maybe he will. And if he does, well, I think Snape might be the most forgiving. So.
Okay. So.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Next segment?
Yeah, what's the next segment?
Love it or hate it?
I'm gonna hate that segment.
Liar.
No, I'm actually gonna love that segment. I enjoy it.
So what do we do with love it or hate it?
So with love it or hate it, we talk about random things. We just say something, and we either say that we love it or we hate it. We have to go one way or the other. You cannot say that you love it because of this and hate it because of that. You have to say either love or hate on that topic.
Which one does it lean harder to?
Yes. Yep.
You want to go first or should I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So my first one is mini golf.
I love it.
Okay. Nice.
I could mini
Why?
golf it's fun, dude. It was a blast. That was one of the funnest things about our trip, I think, was the Peter Pan.
Yeah, that was a
golf
fun.
that we went to.
Yeah, it was a fun little mini golf place. I liked it.
Minus the mom that couldn't keep track of her kid.
Yeah, that was unexpected. That was an interesting little thing.
Oh, that was frustrating me so much.
I could tell because being a dad, I bet that would get to me if I were a dad. So
that kid played like 4 holes with us before the mom even noticed she was missing.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. She's lucky that we're nice dudes and not some kidnapper.
Exactly.
She never got off her phone.
Yeah, she's just lucky I was there because otherwise you would have probably kidnapped her.
Right.
Just kidding. You're not a kidnapper. No, I did love it as well for mini golf. I used to work at a mini golf place and I would have a lot of fun playing mini golf while on the clock. I mean, I didn't do that. No, it was a lot of fun to work at that mini golf place, and I actually got to watch a lot of Scrubs, which was nice because Scrubs was just on TV at that time, and so if it wasn't busy, I just got paid to watch Scrubs. So
nice. All right, shitting after a shower.
Oh, I hate that. That is not a fun situation because I feel like I need to jump in the shower again, which I love showers, but I don't want to have to shower again after I just got done. So I'm going to say hate it.
I hate it as well. I hate everything about it. Like, you just got cleaned, and a lot of times you're still wet, so the toilet paper doesn't wipe the greatest either.
Yeah, and sometimes it sticks to you.
Yep. And you just got cleaned. Now it feels like you didn't even, it was like pointless. Like it was a waste of time.
It was a wash.
Yeah, so I absolutely hate it.
Yep, same.
So,
how about winter?
I love winter.
Okay.
I actually enjoy it during, as much as I complain about plowing, I don't mind plowing. And I love going sledding, snowboarding, building snowmen, snow angels, snow forts. I think snow is very pretty. I love it when it. My favorite thing ever is like when you after a snowfall and you got all the snow on the trees. So yeah, I love it.
Nice.
How about you?
I did the opposite. I
You
said hate it.
really?
Yeah, I do think snow is pretty, and there are definitely a lot of fun activities that you can do in the snow. Um, if I would have got this, if I would have been asked this question a year ago, I would have probably said love it because I was still playing disc golf in the winter because it wasn't as bad of a winter. And so, I mean, I probably would have said loved it, but I haven't been able to play for over a month. And it's not because of the Lyme's disease, it's because of the snow and the cold and the nastiness.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say hate it because I'm not able to do the stuff I want to do. Like I've literally been waiting for spring for the last couple months just so I can go out and do some fun stuff.
Okay. Understandable.
Yep.
All right. 2-minute open mics.
2 minute open mics. I love getting stage time. Um, but 2 minutes is not enough. I'm going to say hate it.
Yeah. I went
2 minutes, you even with the style that I do, I can still get probably at least 6 jokes in, but that just doesn't seem like a whole lot. I want to be able to get a little bit more than two. Like the shortest open mic I've ever done is 3 minutes, and that seems a little short. Like I would prefer 4 or 5 minutes. 5 minutes would be like ideal, I think, because it's not too long and it's not too short. Like I would love to do more than 5 minutes. If I had the opportunity, I would definitely take the more time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like the open mic that I just did was 5 minutes. I didn't do all my time because I was literally reading emails trying to get my jokes. So it was tough for me. If I was more prepared, then I would have been able to fill that 5 minutes easy. But yeah,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it as well. 2 minutes. I don't even think I can barely fit a joke in two. I don't because I'm a storyteller. I don't think I can fit a story in 2 minutes.
Yeah, for
Not a
sure.
good one at least.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely hate it. It's not enough
Yep.
time at all. So
My next one is bonfires.
love it. I love the smell. I love the feel. Love everything about it. I'm in for a
See,
bonfire.
I actually went the exact same way.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I love it too. I was trying to trick you thinking that I hated them, but no, I love them. Yeah, there is nothing wrong about a bonfire. Like,
I like waking up the next day and smelling your clothes
yep,
after the
I love,
bonfire. I'm like, I love that smoky smell of your clothes the next day.
yep, I love the smell that night. I love the smell the next day. I love camping. I love being with friends. I love the conversations, the stories, the jokes, the laughter, the food. Everything about bonfires is amazing. So,
All right, my last one is cats.
cats. I love cats.
Ooh.
I like the cat that I love the most is Callie the calico cat. Is like basically I think the first cat that I ever had. It wasn't like my cat, it was just like the family cat, but she lived to be like I think she was almost 20. It was 19 years I think is what she lived. And she was the cat that I really fell in love with. I do love dogs, don't get me wrong, but I don't even know if I love cats or dogs more. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I was talking
I like
about the
them.
Broadway musical.
You never said
I'm
that.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say I don't know if I've ever seen it. I've definitely heard of it. I just don't know if I've seen it.
Right. Yeah,
But I'm gonna say love cats.
I went the opposite. I said
You hate them.
I hate them. I
Interesting.
actually don't mind them. I guess. I mean, They're all right. They're no dog, but I'm not.
You like
I'm a big
the pups?
Yeah, and I guess the biggest reason I'm allergic to cats. So
Oh, I didn't know that,
yeah,
dude. If I known that, I would have gotten so
so many
many
more
cats.
cats. Yeah, it's gotten better since I've gotten older. But man, when I was a kid, if you put me around a cat, my eyes were swollen shut. I couldn't breathe. Oh, it was bad.
Dang.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
no
mean,
good.
it's not a horrible reason to hate a cat, but at the same time, I just don't like their personality. How they think they just do what I want.
Yeah. Not all cats are the same though.
Yeah, most of them are. So, all right.
Well,
Is
I
that it?
think that's all I had.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Off to the next segment.
Yeah, next segment is Roddy or Vandy, where well, you explain what we do.
Well, this is where we name something and we decide who is more likely to do it. You, Roddy, or me, Vandy.
Okay.
So, you want to go first, or should I? I'll go first.
I'm sure I'll go
I'll
first.
go first.
Oh, you go first. You
All
go first.
right.
Oh, okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You go first.
First one to go to the gym.
Well, since I don't go to the gym, I'm gonna say Vandy.
Yeah, I said Vandy
Like
as well.
my gym is outside and doing stuff around the house, and I don't know. I don't work out. I keep my body in shape, but I don't work out. I'm not looking to get beefy or anything like that. I do try to like stretch and like I want to make sure that I keep my flexibility and I'm able to do the things I will like to do physically, like, but that's about all I need.
Nice.
So that's a Bandy.
Yeah, I said Vandy as well.
Yeah. All right. Who is more likely to eat cookies without milk?
I said without milk. I'm gonna go with Roddy.
Okay. How come?
Because most of the cookies I like are better with milk.
Mm. Well, I said Roddy too because most of the cookies I eat are without milk. So
I love dipping a cookie in milk.
don't get me wrong. I love dipping a cookie in milk, but if milk isn't around, I'm still eating that cookie.
Oh, same here, but I will take that milk though.
Yeah,
So I'd say you're more likely though.
yeah, for sure.
Like an Oreo, I'm not gonna eat an Oreo. I mean, I will.
You're not gonna eat an Oreo without cookie or without milk?
Not often. I might eat one, but you give me some milk, I'll eat the whole bag.
Interesting. I will eat the whole bag of Oreos regardless of the milk situation.
Oh God, no way. It's way better with milk, and I would just be so upset with myself.
Well, I feel like it's maybe I'd say it's better with milk,
Way
but
better. Way better. It's not even close.
I wouldn't say that.
It's not
I'd
even
say,
close.
well, I mean, it's okay for you to be wrong here,
Yeah,
but
yeah. So you need to accept that you're wrong, man, and move on. It's not even close. So,
well, what about the type of Oreo?
yeah, you're into that weird shit. Give me a regular Oreo, an old fashioned.
I was gonna say I like the weird Oreos, and some of the weird Oreos don't necessarily go well with milk.
Yeah, that's not an Oreo then. That's just a cookie with a different filling.
Because like if you got like the lemon Oreo, that wouldn't go good with milk.
I wouldn't go good at
That
all.
tastes like sour milk.
It's terrible
Yeah.
all the way around.
Maybe.
So, all right. Which would you take, or which one would take the stairs over the elevator?
Well, I feel like if anybody's listened to the episodes where we talk about this, they'd already know that I will take the stairs over the elevator, and you will every time take the elevator over the stairs. So I'm
Absolutely.
gonna say Roddy on this one.
One flight, I'll wait for that elevator.
Dude, I will if even if it's 6 or 7 flights, I'll still take the stairs sometimes. Like,
Not me. I do enough physical throughout the day. I'm good. Give
well,
me the
I'm the
stairs.
opposite. I guess I don't have a whole lot of that physical, and so I will literally park in the back of a parking lot so I have the ability to walk a little further. And I obviously it's not necessarily for getting dings on my car, but it is also part of it, I guess. But like it's more of the fact that like I don't mind walking, and I know other people want to try to get as close as possible, so I'll just let them get their spot and I'll just do my own thing.
Well, all right.
So I'll walk up the stairs. I don't care.
Understandable.
Yeah. Who is more likely to do something they normally wouldn't do only to impress somebody else?
I said Roddy.
You said Roddy. Okay, I said Vandy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How come?
because like if I'm gonna do it, like if it's in my head, even though it's weird, I'll still do it. Like if it's too like regardless of the reasoning, like if I'm doing it to impress somebody, like I'm still gonna do it. If it's something that I wouldn't normally do, then I don't know if I would do it or not. Like I don't know if I would like it, well, I mean, I would also that's tough because I like doing new things and doing different like adventures and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
maybe I would.
I feel like this is both of us kind of answer. Actually, I could see myself. I know I would actually, just because of the attention.
Yeah, and that's the reason I said it originally. But like, I would do something that I wouldn't normally do, but I wouldn't do it to like for the intention of impressing somebody else. I would do it to do that thing, you know?
Oh, and I would do it for the attention
Yeah,
for
yep.
sure.
So I think
You
that's
would do it
yeah,
because you like to do it, and I just did it because I knew that I'd get more attention for it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I think that's yeah. I think that's why I said Vandy on that one.
nice. I like it. I agree. Yeah. Now that you say that, I agree with you. It's definitely me.
Yeah.
All right. Who knows more about movies?
Vandy by 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I know quite a few movies, but the amount of movies you know is astounding to me. Like astounding. I can't even say the word. But yeah, you know everything about every movie. You can quote movies all day every day. And I have my select movies that I know about, but you got me beat on that one.
Yeah. And another thing I like to like I just found out that I'm pretty good at is I can hear a song now and I can pinpoint a movie and like a scene that it's in.
Oh wow.
I was doing
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was doing it tonight at bowling and Spoonie Bowl tonight and they were playing like oldies and I was like, "Hey, what's this movie?" I'm like, "Karate Kid." "What's this movie?" "Over the Top." "What's this movie?" And I was like, "Dang, you're good."
Yeah, that's crazy. Now you got me beat.
So yeah, I said Vandy as well. So, is that the last one?
Nope, I got one more.
Okay.
Who is more likely to become a werewolf?
I'm going to go with Roddy.
Ooh, I said Vandy.
Oh, really?
I don't know why I said Vandy though. I don't know if it's like
I said you because you're a lot more hairier than I am.
I guess you could say that. Um,
You are. You're all the way around it. More hairier than me. You have a hairier chest. You have a bigger
I have a
beard.
hairier face.
Yeah. Maybe not. Now I'm catching you on the top part of the head, so
Well, yeah, I shave mine quite frequently,
so
but yeah, I don't really. I guess I don't have a reason. I just
what made you
maybe
think me?
because I don't know. Maybe because like you are able to stay up all night and still get up in the morning, and I can stay up all night, but
Yeah,
that means I want to sleep in, and I don't think werewolves are sleeping in type. I think they are human in the daytime, and then they can get up and do their human thing right away, and then do their wolf thing at night, and
nice.
not have anything to worry about.
Mhm.
So that's why I said you. I don't know. No real reason, I guess.
Okay, so next segment.
Yeah. What's our next segment?
Would you rather? So what do we?
Would you rather is I was. Do you want me to explain it?
Yeah, explain. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was talking to them. Do
Oh,
you guys want to hear me explain it? Okay. Yes, you do. Okay.
okay, nice.
It's like the Dora the Explorer thing. I was waiting for them to say yes. Um,
Let's
I know they
go.
said yes. So would you rather is we asked each other, would you rather do this or would you rather do that? And you have to answer the question. Um, Regardless, you have to just pick a side and see what you would rather do.
Nice. I'll let you go first this time.
Okay. So would you rather live a successful life and not be able to remember it, or live a non-successful life and be able to remember everything?
I'm gonna go with a successful life and let everybody else remember me.
Okay. Interesting. I did the opposite.
Really?
Yep. I said a non successful life and be able to remember everything because that's how I'm going to learn and that's how I'm going to become successful.
Ah, you can't become successful though. You're already unsuccessful. You can't. No.
Well, I know I'm unsuccessful, but I'm going to learn from the experiences that I've had from being unsuccessful to maybe becoming successful one day.
That's not an option.
Well, then I'm just not going to be successful.
All right.
And I'm going to still have family and friends that love me for who I am. And that's it.
All right. That's a better answer. I'll accept that one. No, I'll be unsuccessful, or I'll be successful and not remember it, and then I'll find it as a present as in my older age of everybody telling me how successful I was and what made me so successful.
Well, yeah, but then that's you remembering it. You
Yeah,
can't reminisce on it.
yeah, but I'm gonna
You
forget.
can't that because that's you remembering it.
No, but I'll forget like after they tell me. So it's always gonna be a every time they tell me it's gonna be a present. A little gift.
Okay. I guess I'll accept it, but that's technically learning about it. So I don't know. I don't think you can reminisce. I think it's just something that like everybody knows that you were successful, and then you don't know that, and then you
Nah.
die.
All right. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
I said a rewind button because technically a rewind button could be a pause button. All you'd have to do is rewind 1 second, like just over and over, and it's a pause button.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do rewind because then I can also relive some past memories, and I think that'd be really cool. Just be able to go back to a time and relive it with somebody, or I guess my question for you is: if I rewind something, am I rewinding time?
Yeah. So
Or, well, I mean, because it could be the fact that like I'm still living my current life and I'm going back to the point of time like where it happened and I like happen to be there, or am I rewinding and like I get to experience it differently?
well, it would be differently because you just rewound past what you just did.
Okay, but I can. Okay, so the only way to get back to like my original life would be to do the exact same thing that I did before.
Yep.
Okay,
Without memory.
okay,
But with a pause button, you get to pause time and take in everything around you.
okay. I'm still gonna go with rewind.
I'm gonna
I
go.
think it'd be cool to go back to a time and relive, because then literally, if I happen to die, I can rewind time quick, not die, and then relive my entire life again.
So you just want to live forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna live forever, and I'm just gonna, yeah. And so at some point, I'll know when I'm about to die, and I'll just be, oh, let's go back to this time. Oh, nope, let's go back to this time. So
You
I'm
know
just
what? I'm gonna go.
constantly,
I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna grab the rewind button. It's a good.
yeah.
It's a
Were
good
you
answer.
gonna do the pause
I
button?
was gonna do the pause button. Take in the good moments.
Okay.
So
But when you pause, are you like, because you're pausing time, so like you're the only one taking that in. So like if you're like trying to live an experience, so say like you're with a significant other
mm-hmm.
and you're watching the sunset, only you are paused, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you're taking in the sunset, but you're not taking in like that moment together.
No, I'm taking in that moment together. Just a mental picture. It's not gonna be like a pause for a year or
Yeah,
something. It's just a
I
pause
guess.
to
Yeah,
take it in.
I gotcha.
So, all right. What's your first one?
All right, my first one, or that was my first one. I already had one. That
Or
was the successful,
second one then?
non-successful. Would you rather die doing something you love or die doing something that you hate?
I'm gonna die happy. I'm gonna do something I love.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do something I hate.
Really?
Yep.
And that's the
Because,
way you
I
want to go
mean,
out, huh?
well, I don't know what the afterlife is all about. And what if, like, your afterlife is a continuation of your current life, and I do something that I love and I die doing it? I'm not going to enjoy doing it in the afterlife because I know I had died in my previous life doing it. So I want to do something that, like, die doing something that I hated. So then I still hate that thing because I was like, oh, I hate that thing even more because I died doing it.
Yeah, yeah. But what if you get stuck doing it because that's just the way the loop is, and I'm gonna get stuck doing something I like.
Well, if that's the way, no, then I'll do things the thing that I love. I don't want to be in a constant loop of something I hate. That's hell.
Exactly. So, all right. Would you rather send a text or make a phone call?
I'm making a phone call every time.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm a phone guy. I call my mom, I call my grandma as often as I can, at least once a week, if not a couple times throughout the week. Um, and if there's anybody that loves to talk on the phone, if you're my friend, call me. I will talk for as long as you want. I had a really good long conversation with my dad today. I told him basically all the jokes that I prepared for this contest. He's actually coming up this weekend. He might come to the contest. And you can't get that in text. Like you can, but it's going to take all day compared to like what we talked about in that half hour to an hour we talked.
Why do you always get me off the phone then? Why come you never want to talk to me?
I do talk
I'm,
to you.
I'm
We
just
have
I'm just
we
kidding.
have long conversation. We're having a long phone conversation right now.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I used to be a text guy. I'll ignore your phone call and then shoot you a text right after going, "Hey, what'd you need?"
Yeah.
But the older I get, the more I like talking on the phone. Just because it's
Yeah,
faster.
I'm a talk on the phone type person. Like I will definitely participate in text. And that's actually, to be honest, like if I'm starting to talk to you like in like a dating sense, I feel like I'd rather text to start just to kind of get to know each other a little bit.
I don't
And
mind.
then
Go ahead.
like once we have a date or two, then I'd rather do the call. But like if it's like I don't know, like if you're on a dating app or something, then I'd much rather text. Like just to get to know you a little bit, because
If I
I
got
don't
a
want to just call a stranger.
if I got a lot to tell you, then I'm gonna call you. But if it's just
Yeah, for
something
sure.
shortly, I'm not calling you, dude. I'll shoot you a text real quick.
Yeah,
So it all depends on the situation and how much I got to say.
yeah. I've definitely called somebody to tell them just something that said in a text, for sure,
Nice.
just to hear their voice or something. I don't know,
Well, thanks.
but yeah. Well, I was definitely talking about everybody else besides you.
Oh,
Just kidding.
yeah. All right. What's your next one?
But would you rather be a ghost or a zombie?
I'll be a ghost. I don't want to be an ugly zombie.
Well, I mean, you're gonna look the exact same, I feel.
No. Zombies are all gruesome and grody looking and don't look like they bathed. Or a ghost is
That's
just,
what I was saying.
hey, come on now.
I'm just joking.
What'd you pick?
I picked ghost as well.
Okay.
And I did basically the same reason. I didn't want to look all nasty and gross. Plus, I would be able to fly and go through things.
Right.
So
All right.
at least in my ghost mind, that's what ghosts can do.
Would you rather be in PJs or be in a suit all day?
If I had my choice, because I've done both. That's all I wear at work now is a suit all day. And I don't mind it at all. But I would rather be in my PJs. I would much rather be comfortable all day. And I'm in my PJs right now, and I really enjoy it. And that's what I did when I worked from home, is wore PJs all day. And so it's just kind of a comfort thing for me. I'd rather be in something soft rather than something that looks good.
Nice.
How about you?
I said a suit. I'll rock a suit all
Okay.
day. I'm not a big pajama.
Yeah.
I'm not a big pajama guy.
Oh, I'm a big pajama guy.
I know you are.
But like, I will wear a suit all day. Like, if it's it depends on the circumstances. Like, I don't even know if I were to. I was gonna say, even like just to do stand up. I do stand up in PJs. I wouldn't care.
No way would I go up on stage in PJs.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I kind of like.
I think that would affect my comedy.
Really?
Yeah, because I'd be worried of too many people. Like, God, this guy's lazy.
Oh, I would make a joke
just,
out of it. I'd be like,
I know
they say, yeah.
But
I didn't have a joke. I was gonna come up with one on the spot, but I don't have anything.
it would wreck my. I think it'd play a part in my anxiety.
Yeah.
So,
you think it'd ruin your set?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'd be worried about what I'm wearing more than. Because I always have the mindset of. There's been many times where, why are you dressed so nice? I'm like, well, if I die tonight, I want to look good.
Yeah. If I had that question, yeah, I would rather be comfy. Like, if I'm gonna die tonight, I'm gonna be comfy.
So was that? You got one left?
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
So we're at that time of the night.
Yeah. What time of the night are we at?
We're at the dedication time.
The dedication. What is that?
Where we dedicate this episode to a comedian.
What comedian are we going to dedicate to today?
I figured we do Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield, I think, is a great comedian to dedicate to. I'm surprised we haven't talked about him more, to be honest, because Rodney was a good, very, very good comedian. And
I think he kind of fits this episode because he quit comedy because he wasn't doing so well and he didn't follow his. He had a rough couple of sets, so he quit and became a salesman, and then got back into comedy.
Yeah, which I
and,
think is perfect because I kind of did the same thing for a little while there,
and then he blew up.
which might happen. You never know.
You never know. You never know.
But yeah, I just loved like all of his like he was so quick to have a joke. Um, just really good with the one-liners. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like eventually he ended up getting the respect. I know he said he got no respect. I don't get no respect, but
I
he
get no
did.
respect. I get no respect.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of comedians respect him now. Respect him now.
Yeah. I can't remember which comedian. One comedian was came off stage and told him, and Rodney told him, "Kid, I'd cut back all the swearing. You're not gonna get far with that." And then, like 5 years later, he runs back into Rodney after he's already blown up and became huge. I can't remember what comedian this was though. And Rodney just sees him and goes, "Eh, who knew?" You know.
That's awesome.
I want to say it was freaking Dave Chappelle, but I'm not positive.
Really
Yeah, but I'm not positive.
interesting. Yeah, no, and he was in a lot of movies too. I'm actually just looking at all the movies he was in, like Caddyshack and Back to School, Little Nicky, Casper. He was in a lot of different things, which is kind of cool.
He was in Little Nicky?
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah,
played
he was
a part
Lucifer.
in. Yeah, yep.
Oh, nice.
So
Here's one of my childhood movies, Rover Dangerfield. I bet you've never seen it.
nice. Nope, I have not.
He plays the voice of a dog.
Nice.
It was a great movie. I didn't know he was in Casper's.
Yep, he was in Casper too.
So
Not Casper 2, but Casper as well.
yeah.
Thought I had to clarify. But
Yeah, he's in a
yeah,
bunch of great movies. I'll cover all this. I'll go over all of it in the deep dive.
yeah, for sure.
So
But yeah, no, Rodney, if you guys haven't heard of Rodney's stuff, great one-liner comedian. Had some self-deprecation comedy in there, observational comedy, insult comedy, surreal humor, stuff like that. So
yeah, very good stage presence.
yes, yep, knew what he was doing. He was on a lot of talk shows and stuff like that, and people loved hearing him on the talk shows. And
I think his body actions made him almost as funny as the joke.
yeah, like his like fixing his tie and stuff when
Yeah,
he said, "I got no respect."
and the patting of the head, like he was sweating.
Yeah, yep.
Getting hot in here, you know. So, yeah, he's one of my faves. I think you can learn something
sure.
from all these guys. There's something that stands out about all these comedians that we dedicate to. There's always one thing that stands out that makes them really great, you know?
Yep.
And his stage presence is probably the thing that stands out the most to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Rodney Dangerfield, go look him up. Follow his stuff. Find him. You'll love him.
Yep.
So, you can also follow us. We're on Facebook.
Yeah, if you're interested in following us, yeah, we're on everything.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We got Snapchat now.
Otherwise, you can always get us at www.thestupidestpodcast.com. Yep.
So, I think that's about all for tonight.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. If you like it, tell some of your friends. Tell them about the podcast. Tell them about the website. Tell them about social media, and stuff like that.
Go
If
at
you
us.
guys want to, add us. If you guys want to ask a question or want us to ask each other a question, you can always reach out to our email. Again, our email is just thestupidestpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, hit us up. We'll reply back fairly quickly, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well,
perfect. Well, thanks for listening, guys, and
have a
hope
good
you
one.
have a good one.
Have a good one.